Alright guys, let's do a bow and then let's get running round.
Yes, good hustle. Keep it going.
Are we listening? Are we listening?
Not only are we now two specky twats,
Yes,
but we've
indeed.
got mouldy microphones.
Yeah. That's the moisture from all the great conversations.
Just that. How do you feel about that? Like there is spit with mould on top of it.
I feel like it's good for the immune system.
Probably, yeah.
I feel like one day that's going to be in a glass box somewhere in some billionaire's house that he's bought off eBay or something. Once we make it.
Yeah. Sorry. We're going to do a test, and we're going to see if it is good for your immune system or not. Steve's going to be the test guinea pig. I'm not, because I've got a nice fresh one here, and I'm going to change it.
Yeah. I'm fine with that. Oh, that's going to mess the whole system, though, because we've both got the same colour now.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. 1, 2.
Two.
Is it still?
Two.
doing
We're
the
both.
thing?
Yeah, we're both in.
Lovely. Welcome.
Welcome once again to Dad Jitsu, people.
Episode 48.
48 this time.
Pretty good.
Pretty good, man.
I've got glasses. Let's just address the specky twat in the
Well,
room.
can I just say, I've said this morning, didn't I? I didn't realise. Well, I knew you were thinking about it, but I didn't realise you had glasses. But unbeknown to me, you've been wearing them for ages. I don't know how I haven't.
This week.
But you've
Obviously
only
haven't
started
seen
wearing
you.
them this week.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. I thought the way you described it, I thought you'd been wearing them for ages.
When you do that, what are you looking
Because
at?
the mic is. Sometimes if I talk into that side,
Oh, okay,
it's
'cause I thought
quieter.
you were looking at the lights, and I'm like, you can't see the light.
No, I'm making sure that you can see, because this is the right way around, whereas I think this, if I talk into this way, it's a bit quieter.
Oh.
By like a 0.1%. Just trying to optimise the audio, just for you guys. Hey,
yeah.
no pun intended.
Yeah, I got my eyes tested about 5 months ago. They're bad, long and short.
Yeah, double fucked.
Double fucked, very old. And then I didn't do anything about it. Classic.
Classic bloke.
And eventually the wife did it for me. And here we are.
Yeah. They look good, actually. Those frames suit you.
I've been told I look a bit like Jude Law.
Take that one to the bank.
Oh, dear. Yeah.
I'm still waiting for my comparison. It's probably Chris Evans or something.
Yeah. Or Jeffrey Dahmer, maybe.
Jeffrey Dahmer. Okay, we'll go with that. Give yourself some aviators.
Do you think
Occasionally.
I heard a quote on a podcast the other day
Okay.
that I don't know if I mentioned this on the last podcast, but the first person to live to 1,000 has already been born.
How do they know? How do they? What's
I
that?
think
What's that based on?
I don't know. I just heard that.
Okay.
So I'm going to make assumptions.
Yep.
I think that's probably. I think it's probably based on the rise in technology and improvements in healthcare and healthy living and longevity science or pseudoscience or whatever you want to think about it. Because 1,000's fucking old, isn't it?
It's a big jump from like 80 to 1,000 in one lifetime.
Or like if someone said like the first person to live to 200, I'd be like, okay,
that's
like
what
the
I mean.
oldest person in the world, I think was 122.
Yeah.
Unconfirmed reports there's someone at 135, but I think when I looked up it was 122.
Right. It was a French lady, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
So 200, I'm like, I mean that's fucking big improvement, but it's viable that maybe the first person to live to 200 has been born.
It's a big jump to 1,000,
Maybe.
isn't it?
But 1,000 is like 10x'd. So
That's
thing,
GCSE maths coming right at you.
yeah, the only thing I can imagine is that they're referring to the eventual humanoidization.
Oh, come on. Hey, that'll be in the Oxford soon,
the
won't
first
it?
person ever to say that. Humanoidization.
Wow. I hope they make it a bit more efficient as a word.
I like it.
You like it? Humanoidization.
It's got like a nice like
yeah.
like moulding of
Yeah.
pronunciations.
Pebble dash with syllables.
It's nice.
Yeah, 1,000, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking it's referring to, is like someone's going to be, you know, they're going to basically be a robot, and their consciousness has somehow been like downloaded into an AI form. So it's, do you know what I mean? Like they've really fully molded with tech to live to that old.
So I read a quote from Billy Connolly, the great Billy Connolly the other day.
Never heard of him. Carry on.
Wow, I'm leaving.
I'm joking. Much like Billy Connolly.
Yeah. He was saying, he's talking about, bless him, he's got Parkinson's now, and his body's failing him, and he was just, but he's, as always, upbeat and positive. He was just like, I still love the fact that I'm getting older, and I can look at the world through these eyes that have seen so much.
Yeah,
and that was the little part of the quote that really stuck with me. It's like, yeah, you think he's 82, something like that now. And he was like, I've seen so much, and so much has changed in the world in one lifetime. Can the human brain and consciousness take 1,000 years of change? And aside from the physical health of you can get that to that point, can the human brain and consciousness, as it currently is, can it take a millennia of information and change and development? I don't know whether it could.
Think about how difficult it is as just someone who's in their 40s.
Yeah.
Dealing with the changes that we're seeing and our children growing up with whatever, and you're trying to get a handle on it, and you're thinking, is this good? And then you're comparing it to what and maybe it's the same. And, it's just so complicated. Yeah. And then essentially, like, times that by 500, or whatever, 1,000. Yeah. It's like, it would be intense, wouldn't it? It's interesting, like, like when you watch like vampire movies, because the whole thing is vampires live forever.
That's it, yeah.
And some of them
it's
are
a
like
good analogy.
500 or 1,000 years old, and there's always this sort of like
sadness.
Sometimes they're sad, sometimes they're a bit like nihilistic in a way, even though they're never going to die. But they're just sort of like, oh, fucking, this is just. They're a bit just like, oh god, everything's just bollocks, isn't it? Like,
yeah, and you probably see the same cycles over and over.
Yeah.
However,
blasé.
Just think how fucking good at jiu-jitsu you could get.
You'd be fucking good.
Imagine that.
Because in theory, you'd have a robot body.
Yeah.
But so it'd be like, you wouldn't know that it's a robot, because you've lived so long that now robots are just squishy meat sacks.
Yeah. It's like a Westworld, where it's like you just can't tell the difference. Yeah.
And like what stripe would you be, though? They'd have to create a whole new grading system.
There'd be a kaleidoscope of
like
colours.
The red belt would just go on forever.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be classed as one of the student belts, maybe. There'd be like a double.
Someone gets their black belt and you're like, all right, mate.
Oh, bless.
You just finished the coloured belt.
Oh, you just got out of the creche, have you? Okay. Well done. Stick around. Check this shit out.
Yeah, that would be... Yeah, I don't know. I don't think... So let's say someone can live to 1,000, but do you think a human meat sack, a.k.a. our current body, can work for 1,000 years?
I don't know. There would have to be a lot of very significant advances in science, wouldn't there? And
but just, like, let's just say it would just rot, wouldn't it? Over time. Oxidize.
It would have to have some heavy levels of maintenance, which we can't comprehend yet.
Yeah.
But then maybe, as you say...
But if you could keep someone alive, like the heart pumping, the brain firing, let's say they're not really alive, they're dead, but like you're just mechanically pumping the heart, blood, the lungs are going, so there's oxygen going in.
Yeah.
Just those things, the brain's dead.
Yeah, okay.
Would the meat sack survive for 1,000 years?
I don't know. I guess you probably could keep it going, but
I feel like it would just rot.
Maybe.
Just fade away.
You'd have to have some sort of like heavy preserving elements.
Pickled.
Yeah, just stick it in formaldehyde. And then to what end? If we can, I mean, Christ, look at the kind of androids that are starting to come through now. It's like we're in the early stages. In 1,000 years,
they'll be indistinguishable.
It'd be indistinguishable. Yeah, completely. And so why you wouldn't even need to worry about the meat sack. The meat sack will be a relic.
You fuck that off.
Yeah.
Which probably like, what age would you fuck it off? let's say everyone's still being born.
35.
Yeah.
That was when I started to think, fuck, I'm not young anymore.
Yeah, I
You
don't
know.
know. I feel for me it was probably 40.
Okay.
Like I still felt I wasn't noticing that much like at 35 to 39, but since I've turned 40, I've really noticed
Really?
like a downturn in like energy and like injuries going up and things like that. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so. I still feel good.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying I don't feel good. Like I do feel good, and I'm better at jiu-jitsu than I've ever been. I feel in some ways fitter and stronger than I've ever been.
Yeah, I agree
But
with
just
that.
generally,
Yeah.
like
I think
I'll get to a session, and it used to be it didn't matter what was happening unless I had like a really bad injury. Didn't matter what was happening, who was here. If I'm at a jiu-jitsu session, I'm training. Like if I'm coaching it, I'm gonna get some by the time sparring comes around, like I'm gonna do some training, like with maybe even if it's just one round with one person.
Yeah.
Whereas now I really notice that quite often I'll look around and I'll be like, nah, not today. Like, and that's a few reasons, but a lot of it is like I've always seemed to have some sort of injury, and I look around and it's like 10 90 kilo plus white belts.
No, thank you.
And then like 5 like under 65 kilo white belts. And I'm just like, there's nothing for me here.
Yeah.
This is a barren wasteland. I've got nothing that I can gain from this session. So I'm just going to, I'm not training. It's not a session for me. I'll just walk around and coach people and teach and that's fine. But like, it used to be like, it didn't matter what was going on. I'm like, yeah, I'm training. Like,
Do you think part of that...
I'm going to roll with everyone to see how they feel and that sort of thing. Whereas now I'm like, I'll probably just wait till the next session where there's some purple belts and above here who I know and trust.
And you trust them, yeah. Do you think do you think there's a few things at play there? Possibly the first one, maybe that you've got to that black belt level, the coveted level, where you're like, you're not. Obviously, you are still always a student, always learning, but you're not climbing the ranks like you might be as a colour belt.
There's definitely that drive. I've got other things that drive me, but that drive is gone now.
Yes, and also you just got a bit older as well, and you just and also that's what I was going to say. You're at the gym so much anyway, and you train so much anyway that it's not like, oh, I've got to get this in, because it's like, oh, that's good, next one tomorrow.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
maybe would you say that's a
bit of that?
Yeah.
There's a bit of that.
But I do know what you mean. I think my issue with 35 wasn't like a physical thing. It's more just like, like getting older wasn't really on my radar until I had an issue with turning 30. And then as I got, by the time it was okay. Then I got to about 35, I was like, man, I don't feel like I'm young anymore. But it was more just like that kind of thing that creeps in, like, oh, I should be here, and I'm by this point, and I'm not, sort of thing.
I did have feelings around being old from 35 onwards, so definitely, but I just didn't sort of have those physical sort of like, oh God, I'm so like fucked, as much as I do. Like they were there, but like not as much since post 40.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I've got that too, but I had less of an issue turning 40 than I did turning 30.
No, I was the other way around. 30 was fine. 40, I was like, oh man, like. I don't know, yeah. I've never really been like that down in the dumps about
No.
But like, yeah.
But they do say, don't they, that it's what you do regularly to your body after 40 that will sort of like maps out the rest of your life in terms of, I don't know how true that is, but it's...
Yeah, so, longevity on the mats.
I guess you've got to just be... it's like, I guess you use the analogy of a tradie. You know, someone who's our age and he's on the tools. You want to be getting off the tools because your body's been working on the tools for...
But the thing, the difference is, though, you enjoy jiu-jitsu.
No, but that's what I mean.
So you don't want to be off jiu-jitsu but
my point is, you work smart. And you do the same with when you're on the tools, and you do the same on the mats. You're working smart. You're being more efficient with your training rather than just as you are when you're young and you're a lower belt. You're just going in and you just fucking
smash.
Yeah.
100%. Like I definitely, it wasn't that long ago that every session I go to, I'm like, I got to train as hard as I can.
Yeah,
and I'm not like not Polish. Like, I do know how to turn it down. Sorry.
Hey, it's true. There's just
But,
no
like,
chill.
Yeah, like, so I've always known how to do that. But, like, there are points in my sort of purple belt and brown belt and blue belt and stuff like that where I'd be, like, in these zones where I'm like, I need to train hard.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And, I'd be training hard every time. Whereas now, yeah, I'm definitely, like, I have 1 to 2 hard sessions a week, and then I'll consciously have less hard sessions. I think that's just a better way to train for everyone. Doesn't matter who you are, how
Agreed.
old you are, what level you are, anything. I think everyone should train like that. But it's probably no coincidence that I'm in my 40s and I've really started doing that.
Yeah, right.
Do you know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
you pick up more and more injuries, and you train. You have a hard, the dirty double on Monday, and you do that, and then sometimes you wake up on, like you used to. You wake up on a Tuesday, just like, ow, my whole body is feels broken.
Yeah.
I don't think you'd get that as much in your 20s. Your recovery is so much more efficient, isn't it?
Yeah. So I think you need to really pay attention to certain factors for longevity. Intensity is certainly one. Sleep, and for me, like now on a Tuesday, I don't have to wake up so early. I used to have to wake up at like 5 o'clock. Now I don't have to wake up till 7. And those extra 2 hours does make quite a big difference.
Yeah.
Like, surprise.
Sleep is everything, isn't it?
That makes a pretty big difference.
Yeah.
Like I could train on a Tuesday now.
Yeah.
Whereas like when I'm waking up at 5, like training on a Tuesday,
Yeah.
no way.
And it's the product of that society we live in, where it's like, you got to get after it. You got to get up and get cracking. And it's like, gets to a point where it's like, well, at what cost? And clearly it was becoming the cost of your physical health, wasn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, I think diet, intensity in training, sleep, making sure you're getting enough sleep is key to longevity. I think just in life. Well, I don't think in life. It is pretty clear that in life, if you want to live for a long time, you need to make sure that you're sleeping enough.
Yeah.
And if you want to train for a long time, you need to make sure you're sleeping enough.
Yeah.
100%.
And diet and hydration, I find it's a big one.
These are the sort of next big tickers, I think. Making sure you're eating properly.
Yeah.
Getting enough protein, but I think a lot of it is getting enough carbs for jiu-jitsu people.
For the high intensity nature of it.
For replenishing what you've used.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're in a depleted state for long periods of time. So I think overall calories is probably the most important thing. But I think you could equate overall calories and be keto and really struggle to recover compared to someone who has a balanced diet with enough carbohydrate. Same calories, I think they're going to recover much better.
Yeah.
Because you need to replace what you've burnt.
Yeah.
So that your nervous system can kind of just sort of recover well, and it can restore and get back to like homeostasis, like that balance.
Yeah.
So that's a big one. Supplementation, I think there are things that do help for sure, like getting enough. Yeah, magnesium. So, we'll sort of segue neatly into supplementation because we've started working with do.not.age.
Yes.
Because we are planning on never aging again.
Yeah, we're going to be the first ones to 1,000.
This is it for the rest of eternity, essentially.
Yeah. Turns out the first people to be to live to 1,000 were born in the late 70s, early 80s. So.
Zillennials.
Yeah, or exennials. How do you pronounce it?
Yeah, exennials would make sense because it's Gen X and millennials. Exennial.
You're thinking xenophobe, kind of
like exennials.
We discovered that people are born between 77.
It was 79 and 83.
Which is exactly our little gap, isn't it? So yeah, exennials. We're
exanals.
Exanals, yeah. None of that anymore.
What was I saying? Do.not.age. They're a company that
shout
basically,
out
shout out Do.not.age. We have a discount code, which is DadJitsu10. Use it at checkout for a 10% discount. We
Please do.
Basically are doing like a bit of a trial with a couple of their supplements to see how we feel. The ones that we're using are NMN, I'm trying to remember the...
Cert 6.
Cert 6,
was the other one. And Nitralis.
And Nitralis, which is a nitric oxide supplement. I just realised I forgot to put the bins out. Fuck. Sounds like it's too late. I'm gonna message.
I don't think NMN's going to help you with that. Yeah.
Wait, I just said that on the podcast. Anyway,
Bang to rights. So you're a few days ahead of me, aren't you?
Yeah, I've been doing it for about a week now.
Yeah, I took my first dose this morning.
Yeah.
So Kurt at do.not.age, we both spoke to, a lovely guy. He said it takes about 9 days for it to take. It's a bit like antibiotics. It takes a little bit for it to get into your system, like a base amount. So you're nearly at that point, aren't you? Where you?
Yeah, I think.
But you're feeling stuff already, right?
I've seen a lot about NMN on the sort of podcast space and online. I've actually had a few clients that I've trained who've kind of recommended it to me as well. And they said that they just felt incredible, loads better energy and just more clear-headed and less brain fog and things like that, better motivation and work capacity and things. And that really struck a chord with me because I was like, I do find like a bit of brain fog and a bit of like difficulty sort of being productive and things like that. Generally, it sort of goes in waves, I would say.
Yeah.
At the moment, I would say I'm pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good with those things. So I'm about a week in. Whether it's making a difference is really hard to say. I would say I'm like a low responder to supplements generally. I was feeling really like shit, and I started supplementing with a host of like nutrient things, and that did make a difference. And then previously, every time I've supplemented with magnesium for sleep, I've really noticed a difference. But like I've taken a lot of things over the years and never really noticed that much change. So I would say I'm a low responder. That being said, I do feel pretty good at the moment. And when I was doing my kind of research into the 3 substances that we were taking, a lot of the benefit is around kind of cellular health, the cell's ability to create energy, and the impact that has on your body, impact that has on your cardiovascular function. And so for me, I was like, even if I don't feel like a huge change, if we get supporting our cells to do their job better, that's got to be beneficial, isn't it?
It's going to, I guess, allow them to get rid of like waste products and be more efficient themselves. And
like, just create energy, which fuels every function of your body.
Well, all you are is your cells, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's an obvious thing to say, but it's if you can, if it works, you're fixing yourself from the base point up, aren't you?
Yeah. So I'm interested. It'd be really interesting to see how I'm feeling after a month, and yourself.
Likewise,
see how you're feeling. I feel good on the mats.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not
you were saying that you weren't
gassing
gassing.
out, things like that. So, and the nitric oxide, I think, is a big one for your cardiovascular function.
Okay.
Next week, let's do a deeper dive on the science because it's interesting. But I'm not professing to be an expert on the science, so I'm not going to sit here and try and half-ass it. But we'll get some stuff that we can just read to the camera.
One of the things that Kurt from do.not.age was saying was that there's a lot of NMN, for example, products out there that are they're just full of shit. There's not really anything in there. And there was a guy who he went and tested all the current ones on the market and sent them off for testing, and then there was so many of them that had like 0.0% of anything.
Well, that happened recently with the creatine gummies as well, didn't it?
Right,
where
really?
They tested a load of creatine gummies and loads of them just didn't have any creatine.
Yeah, it's just pure marketing.
But they're being advertised as like 5 grams of creatine per gummy sort of thing, or 3 gummies will give you.
Yeah.
And they just didn't have any.
Yeah.
That's
it's awful.
mental,
It's just awful that even exists.
Yeah.
I mean, I took, I'm not going to mention the brand, but I took another type of NMN for about a month a little while ago, and I just got nothing from it. I think maybe I'm a bit of a low responder too, and it's happened before. Even with like Alpha Brain, sorry Joe, but I didn't get anything really. It was, considering how pricey it is.
Yeah.
And the NMN that I took before was quite pricey as well, but I didn't notice any kind of a difference. So but then Kurt says that this stuff has been tested. And they've got all the literature to back it up, to say that this is all like bona fide, 99 or 90 something %. So I'm excited. I'm excited about getting the idea of getting these benefits that you get from NMN and Nitralis and Cert 6 are kind of it's at our age. It's the order of the day, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. I think. What we try to do is live as healthy as possible and try not to consume processed food and things like that. And I think when you look at supplements, it's the same kind of thing. Like a lot of supplements have a lot of caking agent and bulking agents and things like that just to make them into like tablets. And you think, that's probably not good for you, is it?
Yeah.
Like, so can you find ones that don't have that in? Which there are lots of companies that like really try to keep it as pure as possible. I would encourage anyone who's like thinking of taking supplements to seek out better sources for the supplements.
Because it's big business, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
In
And
today's
it's not
world.
very well regulated as well. So there's a lot of stuff that's like pretty shit.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just doing your research and finding companies that you can kind of believe in and buying from them. So yeah, I think do.not.age seem like a really good company.
They do, yeah. Seem very
use
genuine.
our discount code if you want to come on the journey with us. They sell like basic things like creatine, and like they've got like a sleep one for like, they've got magnesium and various different things as well. So if you want good quality subs like that, use our Jiu-Jitsu 10 code. And
it doesn't look to be any different price wise than a lot, you know.
no, they're
a lot
pretty
of the ones out
competitive
there.
actually.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So I think like bits like that, I think creatine would be good if you're trying to live forever. Mm-hmm. That's good because again, that impacts every cell in your body. It like works at like a really like cellular level, like improving that creatine function in your energy production kind of experiment. Not experiment. What's the word?
Expenditure.
When something happens, it's a reaction.
Oh, okay, right, yeah. And there's a lot of robust science to back up creatine, isn't there?
Creatine is really well researched, and there's more and more good stuff coming out about that every day. So I think you could easily add in like some well-researched supplements that would probably help improve your health, which by proxy should have an impact on how long you live. I know that it's not like a 1-on-1 necessarily, but like it just makes sense.
It does. I mean, obviously, you have to tie in good sleep, good hydration, good diet in with that as well.
Well, that's
that goes
why I
without
think
saying,
we
doesn't
sort of like tick those boxes first, and it's like sleep well, eat well, do exercise to some degree. We'll talk about that one in a minute actually, because that's interesting. And then add like sprinklings of supplements and things like that on top. I think a lot of it is about like how well you're managing your nervous system.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's stress, dosing stress appropriately, and managing stress well.
Yeah, definitely. And as you say, I think supplementation should be you're plugging gaps, aren't you? As opposed to relying on it completely and being like, oh, this is the limitless pill. This is the magic bullet.
That doesn't exist.
No, it doesn't. And anyone that says that it does is lying.
You need to be ticking the big boxes first. And then if you're doing all that, which I think I am, and a lot of us are, if you're listening to this podcast, if you do jiu-jitsu as a very healthy crowd, then you can start thinking about adding the seasoning on top. And things like supplements are that. One that I feel a genuine like impact from every day is just singing at top voice in my car when I drive anywhere.
Yeah, that's probably releasing a lot of endorphins. I mean,
feel great doing it.
Obviously, you preach into the choir. I do it everywhere. The amount of times I'm in Tesco, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm in public. I'll stop.
I'll just sing on the school run, and people probably think I'm mental. But like in the car, I'll just put on like sometimes I listen to podcasts and stuff. But you know what? They actually stress me out.
Yeah, same.
You might be listening to something like we are talking about now, and you think, oh fuck, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Or like you're learning, so you're in like a kind of learning mode, which is a slightly sort of attentive, stressed mode.
It can give you overwhelm. It can make you overwhelmed. I find.
So there's that. Or like if you're like me, you'll like listen to things which are like edgy. So it might be someone talking about being like an undercover cop, or like someone talking about how they fucking ruined their life with drugs or something. Like because they're interesting stories, but like
they're dark.
They're fucking dark, and they make you feel shit.
Yeah.
Like. So I stopped listening to podcasts really now in the car. Don't stop listening to podcasts in the car, by the way. Do not do that.
It's like that caveat hits me like a bullet between the eyes.
Right? So, but
in fact, only stop listening to podcasts apart from this one.
Yeah, it'd probably be like just dedicate like 40 minutes every week to a podcast in the car. The rest of the time, listen to your favourite music and belt it out like you're on stage. Turn it up as full volume. And just fucking go ham. Yeah. Who cares?
Yeah.
Dance.
Does make you feel good.
Sometimes I'll be dancing.
Yeah.
And I'd feel
in the car.
Yeah. Like just fucking.
Yeah.
Like I feel great.
It does. It's really
got to be helping me live. Forever.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's a very good point. Happiness and mental happiness, especially in today's world where you are bombarded with information. And I'm just as much of a victim as the next person. My wife always tells me off. She's like, just go and have a chill. I'm almost in a habit of like, I need some new information.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm just gonna. I've got something new to check.
Okay.
Okay, it's still on. Yeah, I was just checking the 2 lights were still on.
Oh, I thought you were going to go put the bins out.
No, I've just accepted that's not happening. Yeah, it's just little things like that, isn't it? It's trying to be like, I guess what it's doing is being in the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, I try
And like getting your head, like, it's a weird one being in the moment. It's a weird concept because you could be like in the moment, like really thinking about how you can like improve your life and all these sort of things. But that could be quite a stressful thought process.
It definitely is. And I think what's really funny about what you just said is it's weird being in the moment, but it's weird that it's weird thinking about being in the moment because all there is this in the moment we're in, and it's constant. Whereas everyone's anxious about the future, worried about stuff from the past, but how often are we actually here? You know. I try and take myself away as regular as I can and have little moments of quiet contemplation. The things that we used to have before phones, where you can just, you're having a shit, or you're having in the shower, or you're on a bus, or whatever, and you just sit and be, rather than what we all do. You straight back on the phone.
Yeah,
it's just information overload, especially with my ADHD. I just get to the end of a day sometimes and I just feel mentally exhausted. And that can be on a day off when I haven't done anything physical.
Yeah.
And I get to the end of the day and I'm like, I feel like I've done a 12-hour shift.
I think being a bit thick is protective as well.
Like ignorance is bliss sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, as long as you can point your thickness in the right direction.
Yeah.
So if you're a bit thick and you're on your phone all day, probably not good.
Yeah.
But if you're just sort of like, wandering around, just not thinking about your worries and all these sort of things and obsessing about stuff, and you're just like, there's a squirrel there. That it's got to be protective, isn't it? I think overthinking and just obsessing about things is not good for you.
We live in a very overthinking world. I think in a similar way, not that these kind of people are thick, but people that live simply. I remember I saw a program recently about
that's the key.
A group of people.
Living.
I think they were Himalayan. They were I forget where. Maybe it was Nepalese people, and they were living very simple lives in the mountains, and it was just making their own little. They were sort of farming their own little crops. And they were just spending time together, playing music, eating, and just hanging out, and they were just looked like the happiest people.
Yeah.
Because they weren't just bombarded with all the information that we are.
Yeah.
And that is part of modern life, isn't it? You just and I guess we all have the power to stem that flow, but not many of us do.
Yeah, that's it. You got to look for the times to stem it, I think, and just sort of do things like listen to music, play music, just get out of your head a little bit and
go and read a book. I do a lot of I do a lot of reading, and I always feel better.
Not
after.
a learning book.
No, that's it. Exactly.
Yeah,
I find or a self-help book, because then if I read a self-help before bed, I lie in bed thinking, "Fucking, I'm doing it all wrong. I'm doing it all wrong. I need to change all this," and then I start making lists, and then Whereas I love getting into like a novel, because then you just escape for a bit, and you're in that story.
And I think it actually does something. I think I listened to a podcast once, and it said like people who read like fantasy books and things like that, it like increases their acetylcholine in their like. And like anyone who does like music and listen to music, I think it boosts your acetylcholine neurotransmitter.
Okay.
I can't remember what it does. I'll get it wrong, but like it's something to do with like managing anxiety and things.
So it's tied in with like serotonin production or something.
Yeah, it's not necessarily no.
Okay.
But I don't know. I'm not an expert, but they basically just said it's good.
Makes you feel happier.
It's great. It's great. That is. Right? But it was like every time you do like creative things and you read like things that aren't real, like that this gets boosted up.
Because it makes so much sense, because it's just so much more fulfilling, isn't it? And I think compared, like if I read a book before bed, say, I'll find it so much more easy to drift off than if I've been on my phone. I just feel so much more stimulated. And even when we're on holiday recently, and I was just reading a book in the quiet moments rather than being on my phone, and I just found that even just during the days, I just felt happier. Just felt more kind of, I guess, centered. Just more, in the moment again. I think your phone and social media and the overload of information that we get, it's almost it makes you worry about the future. It makes you worry about things you're not doing.
Yeah.
You know, because our algorithms, you and me probably, I'm sure, a lot of other people, your algorithms are now like, did you know you were breathing wrong?
Yeah.
Did you know you were...
Yeah, all
you know,
these things. And, if the irony is we're recording this podcast, so we're kind of contributing to that whole thing. Yeah. But I guess, what is the general message is just fucking chill out.
Yeah.
Just chill out and just do jiu-jitsu.
And you're doing fine. That's the thing. You're doing all right, wherever you are. You know, there's a great comedian that me and Vic are into called Tom Papa.
No, I heard of him.
You should check him out. And his whole shtick is like, you're doing fine. So you're a little fat. You know, so you're a little overweight. It's fine. You're doing fine. You might be a little gassy. It's all good. You know, stop stressing yourself out. None of us are perfect.
Yeah,
and I think there's, you know, it's obviously it's a joke, but there's a lot to that, isn't there?
Yeah, there is.
Do you know what I mean? There's comparison culture.
Yeah.
And I've got to be, I've got to be getting after it all the time, and I've got to be shredded at all times, and I've got,
You've got to earn 10K a month.
Yeah. Like, fucking hell.
And you've got to do it only working like 2 hours a day.
Yeah, it's completely unobtainable bullshit. It's like, all it does is make you feel bad. Yeah. And like you're not enough, and that you're chasing this carrot that you'll probably never catch, if you're ticking all those boxes consistently. But that's the image it portrays. Yeah,
there was something I saw this morning in my information overload section of the morning. Was some dude being like, fucking, I'm like a hobbyist. I'm a jiu-jitsu hobbyist. I train twice a week. But I got kids, I got a job, I got a wife. Like, I can't train any more than that. And I'm just shit at jiu-jitsu. And like, people are just smashing me every time I go down. I just hate it. And it's just like, yeah, but like, you're better than like people that aren't training.
Yeah, and you're better than you a year ago.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's
There's a guy who's just started actually. He's done he did my Monday session.
Yeah.
And it was his first ever session. And I saw him the next day, and I was like, "How did you get on?" He's like, and he was like, "Oh my god!" Like I rolled with like all these different people, and they all like smashed me, but they were really nice. Like, he was like, I've got so much catching up to do. I went, well, I said,
no.
you got no catching up to do.
That's the wrong mindset.
Yeah, like don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You are better than you were before that session, and you're better than all the people that have never started.
100%.
So you're exactly where you need to be. Like you don't need to catch up with anyone.
It's like that notion of, I wish I'd started years ago. No, why? Like every decision you made led you here, and you're here. Do you know what I mean? Because I've definitely fallen into that trap.
Radical acceptance.
Extreme.
No, that's extreme accountability. Isn't it?
It's like I was thinking about the extreme ownership, the Jocko Willink.
Well, that's the same kind of thing, isn't it? Ownership and accountability are kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
But radical acceptance, maybe I'll write a book, would be different, isn't it? It's like just saying like, I'm just okay with everything in my life.
It's all good. Yeah.
Even the shit stuff, I'm just like, well, it just is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm just that, and it's on me, and that's where we're at.
Yeah, you got to reset your perspective sometimes.
Yeah.
It was a line my sister said that really stuck with me. She just, what I've just said, she said, every decision you've made has led you here, and it's all good. You shouldn't have any regrets like that, because you might be a parent with 2 kids or whatever, and you've lived a life. And had you started earlier, you might not have been able to live that life and have the things that you've got, or have the experiences you've got, or do you know what I mean? It's easy to just think about what you haven't got or the lack. Which, it's better to try and reset your perspective. I've certainly tried to do that throughout my jiu-jitsu journey. I'm just like, it's all good. I'm on my journey. Nobody else is on it,
Yeah, 100%.
And everybody else is on their journey, and that's fine. Everything that every little improvement I get is relative to me and where I am, and that's fine. That's as deep as it goes.
If we don't accept, we can start using something that I found out about recently, which is going to help us live to 1,000.
Okay.
And it's called the exoskeleton.
Okay.
Have you seen this?
No.
So basically, there's loads of them now. Actually, when we started looking into it, I was like, you can get one for like £100 off of Amazon. It's probably shit, but like the one I saw was like 1,000, and I've seen them for more expensive. So yeah, if you're like, this acceptance stuff's bullshit, I'm going to live to 1,000. Is basically it's like a mechanical assistance for a joint for your joints.
Okay.
So the one I saw was like, it had a strap that goes around your lower back, and then it has basically like a fulcrum, like a joint that sort of attaches to your hips, and then it has like a long metal shaft that like runs down your legs. So essentially like it tapes into your waist, tapes into your thigh, and then has like a joint at the hip, like that sort of is like your pelvis essentially. And apparently, if it's to be believed, it will give you a 40% increase in strength. So you know, like the bikes nowadays that assist you as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The electric
I imagine
bikes.
it's the same kind of idea as that. Like you're walking or doing whatever you're doing with your hips, and it's just giving you a little bit of assistance, or up to 40% if it's to believe of assistance.
Is it able to help wheelchair-bound people walk?
I don't know. Yeah, that's
that'd
an
be a
interesting
big
question.
one,
Yeah, I
wouldn't it?
don't know. I guess it depends on the problem. If they could move their leg through a range of motion, then I guess so, if they didn't have the strength. But I think a lot of the time when people can't walk, it's a neurological issue. They can't send the signals to their legs to get them to work. Whereas this, like, I saw like a YouTube video, and a guy was like walking up a hill, basically going on like a hike, and then he did a bit of running and stuff, and he was just like, it feels like incredible. Feels just like you've got like
Endless power.
like,
boundless
and
energy.
I was like, man, that is interesting. I saw another company that had a whole thing that you wear, and it like helps your shoulders and your elbows and stuff. I was like, this
Like
is
your own spotter.
Yeah,
Like-
but like 40% extra. Like, let's get someone in a fucking squat rack.
Yeah.
And test that.
See how much we can do.
I wanna
Mind you,
see that.
Would you be one of the? Would you want to be the guy if it fails? With
pretty
fucking
exciting.
like half a ton on your back or something. You know what I mean?
But, like, it's pretty mental. Isn't
It is mental. Yeah, that is crazy.
Like, I want to like sprint as fast as you can with it on.
Yeah.
Like, what's gonna happen? Like, how fast can you go? Like, maybe these videos exist on YouTube. I don't know. But
It's like much more basic level. You've been to an airport, you've gone to those little travelator things, and you suddenly feel like fucking hell, I can walk
it's
the
kinda
fuck
like
out of
that.
this.
Yeah.
It's kind of similar, isn't it?
Yeah.
What was I going to say? The electric bikes are cool. Have you ever been using an electric bike?
Just like literally, just very briefly, I did it. But yeah, no, I haven't really. No.
So I went on one with my dad recently, and we both had one. And up until then, I was like, I kind of almost wrote them off as like, oh, this is just for like old people who can't ride their bikes properly. I'm fairly physically, I can ride a bike. It's fine. But I went out and I had a blast because you travel miles. Because you can go up. You can go. I mean, I'm not a cyclist. I've got a fairly decent level of cardiovascular fitness. But if I go on a cycle, I'm uphill and down dale. It's hard, you know. But you can go up. It never actually stops. It always keeps going.
Yeah.
So you're up at the top of it, and you're still getting a workout, but you're not killing
You're
yourself.
getting that extra sort of
Just
assistance.
just a little bit of a push on the really steep hills. So that as a concept is great. If you can start being applied to all other kind of physical pursuits, you know.
Yeah, it'd be good, wouldn't it?
Interesting.
We're gonna have to go. It's your time. It's
my
your
time's
time.
up. Okay. Thanks for listening again, guys. Check out do.not.age. Also, rain clothing. And
Jiu-Jitsu 10 for discount on checkout.
Yeah. Grappler soap, which we're still using.
Yeah, man, I love it.
Yeah, it's the best.
Can't
the
get
best.
enough of
I
it.
think I'm nearly there with the fiery batch.
Yeah.
I'm nearly through the fiery batch. Yeah. I think I've lost a few layers of skin, but man, I'm clean.
And on that bombshell, we'll see you next time.
See you this time, guys.
All right, guys, let's bow there and then we'll call it a day.